Okay. So hopefully everybody can see my table. All right, so for this process, we're gonna use the jelly plates. Wait, hang on, let me extend my table 1 second, hold on. My table goes bigger. Oh, somebody's coming in too. Hold on. All right, there we go. Now I got a little bit more table. Okay, everybody see me okay? A little bit close. This is one of those days where I just wish I was with everybody, you know? All right, I'm gonna work here. Can everybody see pretty well?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. So let me grab my jelly plate pad. I wanted people to start maybe thinking about people in their collages, and maybe some text. So one of the ways that I do, I just want to see something if it looks better. I want to switch sides. Hold on one second. I think that looks better. I think it looks better over here. Okay. So one of the things that I like to do is use photocopies or magazine pictures. And what you can do with the jelly plate, which is kind of cool, is that you can actually do what's called a transfer, right? So the best magazines that I know of that work well with the transfer process are Vogue, okay? So the other thing that works is ink toner prints, so Xerox copies on with toner ink. All right, so here's all my jelly plates. I have a lot of jelly plates. And I like to use these types of transfer, they're actually called transfers in my collages, right? So we talked last week about the jelly plate and the brayer, right? And everybody really enjoyed that. So like this is an example of just some brayer art, but this is like fabulous collage material, right? Okay. And this was also an attempt at a transfer. So you can see that the transfers don't always work out, but for the most part they should, or they can. So you could spend some time looking through some magazines of pictures that maybe speak to you or that you're interested in. And again, like every picture might not work. So let's just take a couple that we'll try. I'm just gonna take some random pictures. I'm also gonna just pull out some pictures that I think are interesting. I mean, and maybe too, like the magazines, you wanna just use them also as collage elements. Like you wanna cut them out, or you could start thinking about words or text, right? So like this word is nice, like here, right here and away, like that kind of reminds me of home, right? When you're in a place, you're there, and when you're not, you're away. I mean, that's kind of interesting. All right, let me try. I'm just gonna try some random pictures. So the idea is that the jelly plate acts as almost like a mirror, and it absorbs the imagery. It absorbs the imagery so that we can see it in the reprint. Okay, so I'm gonna try a black and white one. Black and white images are my favorite for collage material, because then I can hand color them, right? So I really do like the black and white imagery. I like this font, right? And again, these people don't have to be your family members. They can just represent people, right? All right, here we got a bunch. All right, so let's go ahead and try it. Okay, so I've got a bunch of cutouts from a magazine. I have 2 prints I already did, right? These are prints I made before. I don't need those right now. Here's my jelly plates. So also just FYI, jelly plates come in circles, which is kind of cool. They also come in squares. So this is my whole collection of jelly plates. They come in triangles. They come in squares. right? So it's kind of neat when you think about like all of these different shapes, right? And we've talked about this as being a basic shape for a house, right? Your
Yeah.
basic house shape is a square with a triangle on top, okay? So we could start thinking about that as being like representative of home, our subject matter, if that interests you. We also talked about, you know, the row house situation where a lot of people live like in a row house. So everybody lives different places. I have some printing material. Remember I talked about loving white tissue paper, right? So this is one of my favorite materials here is white tissue paper. So I'm gonna have a couple sheets of this. I have one piece of like sort of tracing paper. I have a newsprint paper, right? So these are some papers I'm gonna print on, and I'm just gonna prep them a little bit. So cut them. All right, so I'm ready. Okay. So last week we just did one layer with the jelly plate, right? So we put the paint on it and then we put the paper down and pulled it up. And then we also used the brayer to
Hi, I'm in class.
put over paper. So
I'm in class. I'll call
I
you
like
back
to
later.
use a dark color and a light color for this. So I picked black as my dark color. You guys could pick any color as your dark color. You could pick dark blue, you could pick purple, and you just need a dark color. You could pick brown, right? So a dark color and a light color. Okay. So I'm gonna do the dark color first. I'm gonna put it on the jelly plate. This is kind of magical, right? So remember, I squeeze it a little bit, I dot it around, right? And I'm gonna use my brayer to spread it. Okay, so one of the important things about spreading it is that it's nice and thin. You do not want the paint too thick. So that's one of the reasons that I use like 2 jelly plates. You guys don't have 2 jelly plates, you only have 1. But you want to make sure that this paint is not too thick. If it's too thick, it won't work. So look, I actually even like coated, just with that amount of paint, I actually coated 3 jelly plates. That's a lot. And I'm just gonna use the extra. We talked about using the extra paint on the brayer just to go on to something else, right? So I'm just constantly like making more art material that I think is beautiful. Oh, I got a little rainbow right there. Okay. So also notice I gave it a couple seconds from the time that I coated it. Just gonna let it dry for a minute. And then I'm gonna take my photo image, I'm gonna put it face down on the jelly plate. And I'm gonna rub the back. Can everybody see I'm like rubbing the back? And I'm actually gonna place a couple. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this one. This is called image transfer. So we're basically gonna try to pick the image up off of the magazine page, put it onto the jelly plate. Then we're gonna add another coat of paint and then we're gonna try to put it on paper, right? So we're literally trying to like move an image from one place onto the plate and then onto someplace else. So we're transferring it, okay? So let's see how this worked out. And I see how I rubbed it too, so it's almost like sticking to the plate, right? Then I'm gonna pull it up. Oh, and look, I got a perfect transfer. Does everybody see how the image is now on the plate?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so beautiful. Now, one of the important things is that you want
I
to let it
missed it.
dry for a second. You want to let it dry for a second, and then we're going to put a light color over top of it. So let's just say we put pink over top of it, but you got to make sure it dries a little bit. What I love too is look, I got the font down here. I got everything on there. All right, so look, then I'm going to put this on top of it, the pink on top of the black, right? And I'm not gonna make sure my brayer's clean, and I'm gonna, now sometimes if this isn't dry enough, you basically erase the image, which I think I just did. So there's a certain amount of drying time. And I think I did not wait long enough because
So you're talking about like 5 minutes or 10
I
minutes?
did the same thing, I think.
I don't know, but I think that I just made mud. I don't think the image dried long enough. I don't know. Let's time it. I mean, drying time is different. I mean, I don't know. It just depends how warm it is. I definitely just messed this one up though. Yeah, because I messed it up. So you totally saw her, but she didn't come up. So let's try again. It was definitely not dry. So the drier, the better. I mean, I wouldn't leave it for like 10 minutes, but, and I know some people, oh, look, I got another one. All right, here, look, she's perfect. Look, she's perfect. And this is funny. This jelly plate is old. So look, it has a wrinkle in it. Can you see it? So that transferred perfectly, right? So now
Yes.
what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait. Let's see if this one transferred. Yeah, these ones are perfect. Oh, look, this is so cute. Do you see her?
Mhm.
All right, so now I'm gonna try to get the pink on there. You need the pink to get the duotone. Otherwise, it's just as black and white, which is fine, but
So you said like a lighter color. It
I'm
don't
gonna
have
use,
to be
yep,
pink.
contrast. Yeah, you have to do contrast. So if you do a dark color, you need a lighter color over top. Yep. So this one looks better. This one looks better. I'm gonna try. Okay, so I'm going very lightly and you know how I know that's working is it didn't blend together to gray and it's gonna work. So I'm gonna take a piece of tissue paper, cross your fingers. Let's hope it's like a lot of wishing here. I'm using the tissue paper. It's a lot of luck sometimes. I'm gonna do the next one. It's so fun and you feel so happy when you do it right though. It's so cool. Wait, let's see.
Mhm.
It's so cool. Now, not every magazine works, but you're more than welcome to experiment with all different kinds of magazines. And, you know, a lot of people think that art is easy and like, you know, it just takes some effort. Okay, look, we got this one perfectly. You guys see it?
Mhm.
Beautiful, right? And I love this circle. It looks like a little like window. All right, let's see how we got this one.
Is that the tissue paper?
No, that was the newsprint. But look, here's the tissue paper and it turned out pretty nice. You see her?
Okay.
Oh, is
Uh-huh.
that
Yeah.
beautiful? And we even got the wrinkle. We got that nice little wrinkle that's in the jelly plate. All right, so we got two. This one I think is the best one I did so far. This one's really nice.
Is that on what kind of paper, Lynn?
This is the newsprint. This is the newsprint. And this was the tissue paper.
Okay.
They both worked out beautifully. Her face is a
Alright.
little messed up, but that's because I have that wrinkle in there. Now, technically, look, I still have the figure on the plate. So let me see if I can get another print. So I'm gonna try another, let me see if it'll print one more time. I mean, maybe it'll print like another, you know, one more. Let's see. Oh no, so now it dried, look, so you can tell when it dries, right? Technically, it's gone now. And I'm just trying one more time. I mean, it's technically, oh, look, I got one more print. Look, is it really ghosty? I got one more print. That looks kind of cool though.
Mhm.
So look, here was with the pink, right? And here's just with the white, right? So pretty cool. All right, let's try it. I'll do it one more time. You want me guys to do it? You want me to do it again?
Mhm.
Okay. So what I was thinking is you guys could use this for anything. Let's do
Now,
for magazines. You could also do it.
you said the magazine. Can I use? You said use Vogue. Can't you use Essence magazine or some other magazine?
I think you should try it, Lena. I mean,
I
I
mean,
just
don't
know
have
that Vogue.
I don't have a Vogue magazine, and I'm not gonna go buy no Vogue magazine.
I know, but you can try, but you know where you can find magazines too is you should try. You should definitely try Essence. You should definitely try whatever magazines you have.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say that the more, yeah, because this is about your home. I mean, the project is about home and things that you have around. I mean, I am a photographer, so I do occasionally buy Vogue, or if I see anybody that has it, I'm like, oh, you gotta give that to me, right?
All right.
I'm like, give that to me, give that to me. I need that. But if anybody has an ink, a toner, it's the toner Xerox machine also works. Okay, so again, like here I made these pretty thin, right? I mean, the black is not that thick. I really thinned it out. I'm gonna go for more text, right? So this time I'm gonna go for more of the text, less of the imagery, more of the text. Okay, so I did that one. I have a couple more I'm gonna do. This one's probably gonna work out really well because it's black and white, right? So those tend to work out really nicely. And let me see. And I'm gonna try her against the blue. I'm just gonna try her face up here. All right, so I've got 3 in the oven, right? 3 in the oven. Okay. And I'm gonna rub on them and rub on them, right? And then hopefully when they start to feel a little bit sticky, you want them to feel sticky onto the plate. And when they feel sticky, you can kind of start to think like, oh,
Hello.
it's on there. And it looks like it's on there.
Okay.
So I got a little bit of text and it already looks kind of dry. All right, I'm gonna use a different color. I'm gonna use yellow this time.
Okay. Yes.
All right, I put a little bit of yellow up there and I'm gonna go over. Oh, that yellow is like really neon. It's not bad, it's good. All right, there we go, the yellow. And again, like if I use the yellow on the brayer, I'm gonna use the yellow somewhere else, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on these other pieces of paper. And look how cool these wrinkles are, right? Like the texture here, like the wrinkles are really cool. All right, let's try another piece of paper. This is the tissue paper. And I'm gonna lay it over the yellow and I'm trying to get these words. All right, so yeah, I got them. They're beautiful. And I got a little bit of texture, very soft, but really, there's the words down the bottom, right?
Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
and let's see if we got this figure. Oh yeah, we got her. We got her. We got a little bit of her text. We didn't get that much of her face. Oh, I guess I did. You know why? I have a spot in my, I have a spot on my jelly plate and I'm not gonna use the yellow. I'm gonna use a different color. And I'm not afraid to let this dry. I mean, I could just use white, right? Which would be the most contrasty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try with the white. Well, that's a lot of white. All right, that's a lot. So you gotta be careful. Try not to use too much paint. Here we go with the white. And smooth it out. Now this jelly plate is old. It's got holes in it, and you can relate to being like relating. All right, here we go. And I'm smoothing it out. Maybe I can get another one with this. I'm gonna put white on this one too. I mean, oh look, I can see through. She looks kind of cool. All right, let me see a piece of paper. Oh, now I could put it. I'm gonna put it on white. Here we go. Here we go. Cross your fingers. Oh, now I've wrinkled that. The thing about the tissue paper is it wrinkles, right? But it's sort of starting to remind me if I put a bunch of these family album, right? Like the family album pages where you have a bunch of pictures of people kind of next to each other. Oh, we got her. She's a little ghosty, but I got her. Here. She looks like she has a horn coming out her ear though, right? Doesn't she look like she has something weird coming out of her ear? Okay. Super fun. So there's a lot of other things that you can incorporate with the jelly plate, right? This is definitely one of my favorites. Now that didn't turn out at all. I don't even know what that is. Oh, is that her face? Oh, I can barely see her. So I'm gonna try. All right, here we go. I'm gonna try one more, and I'm gonna put this on something else. There we go. Nope, nothing. Right, so right now I'm at a 50% success rate. I'm just kidding. But that's okay. I mean, it doesn't all have to be successful, right? Art is beautiful no matter what. I mean, look, I made this cool pattern, right? I mean, this is beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love it.
it's pretty. It's
Yeah,
different.
it's
I like the
pretty.
circle.
I know the circle jelly plate is really nice.
Where do you get it from? The art store?
So Jelly Arts is actually a Philadelphia-based company. They make them here in Philadelphia. So you can order them online. You can order them from Amazon, but they come in circles, triangles, squares, little diamonds. They come in all different kinds of shapes.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to do one more round, and then I'm going to demonstrate some other household items on the jelly plates, such as stampers, if anybody has stampers in the house, or any type of even kitchen utensil. We can make some marks and stuff with them too. I'm just cleaning the jelly plates right now with the tissue paper. I'm just trying to get some of this extra paint off of there, which is also a good collage tool, collage material.
Oh, I got a nice print off of something I did.
You did? Let me see. Wait, hang on. I'm gonna pin you. What did you tell us what you used? Oh, that's
I used a regular printing paper that I had Xeroxed what I did. I Xeroxed a painting that I did.
oh, nice. That's beautiful. Right, and then when that dries, you can use that in a collage.
Yep.
Perfect. Right, so what else, what other types of papers does everybody have around the house that they could use with the jelly plate printing? What about using some bills? So I don't know about you guys, but I just did my taxes. So I have lots of receipts and bills laying around, so I could definitely like print on them, right? They're great collage material. I also think that the after transfer, like this is the image that I transferred, but having this too is nice, right? With the paint on it. I mean, this is the transfer, but this is the original, right?
I think you're right about the Xerox though. That seems to pick up the ink better or the picture better.
On what, a Xerox?
Yeah, when you print stuff out instead, the magazine didn't work too good for me. I might have been doing something wrong.
Well, let's go through the magazine again. I mean, this was I think this little round one was our best one so far.
I might have been using too much paint.
Okay, so that's definitely a factor. So let's go through it again from the beginning, right? So I use a dark color to start out, right? I'm gonna go back through the magazine too, and I think that the more contrasty the photograph. Does everybody know what that word contrast means? What does contrast means? Like dark to light, right? Where it's like dark and light. So let me find a good contrasty. I mean, text is totally contrasty. We could try a whole page of text, right? We could try, this is very contrasty. It's black and white. Okay, we could try, oh, this is, that guy's cute. Ralph Lauren, dude. He's cute.
Be quiet.
Anything that's contrasty. So let's see. I'm just looking through here. Sorry. They've got some great pictures though in Vogue. I'm sorry, but they got, look at this boxer girl. She's amazing. Look at this picture. She's amazing. Now this is not contrasty, right? Except for maybe her glove. We could try her because I actually just really like this picture. And magazines are just inspirational, I think, to look at them. All right, let's try some of these girls. I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna try these, this one and this one, right? They're contrasty because the background is dark and the figure is light. Okay, so the first step is to put the dark paint on the jelly plate, right? So I'm gonna point you guys down here, the dark paint on the jelly plate. So not too much paint, right? So I did like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like drops. And then I'm gonna blend it. Okay. I'm gonna blend it, I'm gonna blend it. So I'm doing both, right? And I think that thin paint is important. Thin paint is important. And then also maybe even letting it just dry for a minute, because the idea is that the paint becomes sticky, right? So the jelly plate is already sticky, right? So then we want just the paint to be sticky. Right, that jelly plate is totally dry. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this girl. I'll put both of these girls on here. I like this warning. There's like a cigarette warning on here. Okay, and then I put it on there and I'm just gonna let it sit for a minute, right? I'm gonna try the boxer girl. I wanna see if I can get this girl. I wanna see if I can get this girl, the boxer girl. Okay. I'm gonna stick her on here and then again, let it kind of dry. Let it dry and rub it with your hand, right? Rub it with your hand, your fingers. And I'm not pressing too hard, but rub it with your fingers. Okay. And then you can kind of test it too. If you pull it up a little bit, you should get a little bit of like an adhesive, like almost like it feels a little bit like it's sticking. And I got a perfect transfer. So you can see the figure perfectly here. Can everybody see that? Here's it on the jelly plate, right? Does everybody see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna let it dry for a second. I'm gonna put a couple drops of white. And I'm gonna blend, and I can already tell that that's not moving too good. All right. If it turns gray, that means that it was not dry enough, which mine turned gray. That means it's not dry enough. So that means I'm gonna have to, probably not gonna work, but I'm gonna try it anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on there. And I'm gonna rub it. And we're gonna hope for the best, but I think I saw it turn gray, which is a sign to me that I didn't wait long enough for it to dry. Oh, I got a little bit. I got a little bit of that. I got a little bit. Do you see her?
Yep.
I like this one, turned out really cool, right? Okay, so let me try this other one. I like that. And I'm gonna do this one. Okay, this one's probably gonna work. Oh, I got her glove. Look, I did get her glove. And I'm gonna let it dry. I can tell that it's wet. I'm definitely gonna let it dry. I think this looks cool though. Look where I've got like the circle on her body. I like that. Right? That looks kind of cool. I'm gonna save that one. I like this like theme of like the circle heads. Space cadets. All right, so let me put some white on here. Now you could try it a different way too. So I've been putting the paint directly on the plate, but what if I put the paint on the table or on my paper? And I put the paint on the brayer. And you could use a tray for this. I'm just gonna use my table. So I put it on here. What if I do this and then go like this? Do you know what I mean? Rather than putting the paint on the plate, I put the paint on the table. Let's see if that makes a difference. And now I'm gonna put it on the back of this paper. I'll put it on this paper, and I can tell I have a lot of paint here. I might dry my brayer a little bit, reduce the paint. All right, now I kind of mixed it. And then I'm gonna. Okay, so let's see. And again, like I'm waiting, I'm not rubbing too much when I try to lift the transfer. I'm not, I'm gonna let it dry. All right, and now I'm just gonna pick it up. So I didn't rub it too much. And I didn't get too much, but I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I can't really tell what it is, but it's still kind of cool. It looks like a face. Do you guys see the face? It looks like a face. It's like our heart. Okay. I'm gonna try one more. You guys want me to do one more? One more?
Okay.
Okay, one more. Here we go. Last one. I gotta pick a good one. I'm gonna use my circle. I'm gonna use my small plates. Oh, you know what I was gonna try? I was gonna try just the text. Let me try just the text.
Doggone it. If you don't get off my table.
You yelling at your cat?
Please.
Who's yelling at their cat? Oh, this one has a lot of texture in it already, this plate. All right, here we go. These two have a lot of texture in them. They kind of remind me, they're so abstract. I'm gonna put just text on one, and I'm gonna try to put a picture on the other one.
Paint comes off onto the picture, but it doesn't stay on the brayer, the jelly thing.
Wait, say that again?
The paint comes off onto the picture, but it doesn't stay on the jelly plate.
The what paint?
The paint they put on the jelly plate,
Uh-huh. And then you put the picture down,
yeah.
and then what happens?
When you
Nothing
put the pic-
transfers?
It's the paint comes off onto the picture.
Yeah, that means nothing's transferring. So you have to either use less paint, the paint has to get drier. Maybe the paint is too wet.
Yeah, that's what's happening to me too, Sue Ann.
Is it too wet?
Yeah,
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna say is that the paint has to be very thin. Very thin. And then almost thin enough so that you can see the jelly plate behind it. And then you've got to really rub this in so that they're sticking together.
yeah, I'm putting too much paint on.
If it's too much paint, you almost want to see the jelly plate through the paint, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
It almost has to be like you can see the texture of the jelly plate. Okay, so here I'm gonna lift this up. Okay, so this one's pretty good. It's pretty good. I can see, you can see her. Can you see her? You want it to look like this. Can you, I don't know if it's hard to see, but I'm gonna put pink on her. Also, I definitely like the plate paint on the table and then put it on the jelly plate. So I'm putting the lighter color on the table. And then I'm gonna go over it just one time. Don't go over it too many times. I'm gonna put it right on top of something else. Nope. I barely got her. I barely got her like dress. Oh, you know what? I got it better the second time. That's funny. Do you see how the first one was? The second one's much better. You can see her dress. Let's try the text too. I like the idea of the text. Well, that's crazy looking. It didn't really, that's crazy looking. This is just text. It's kind of beautiful. This is not meant to be like perfect, you know, it's kind of like for fun. It's fun. It's like texture, transfer. They're like ghost images to me. And texture, right? This is kind of cool. Okay. All right. Did anybody get one? This one looks cool. This is like my, I love this pattern. That's beautiful though. This would be a great collage material. So this texture all came from the jelly plate. So I could cut these out and use any of these in my collages, right? So again, it's like more collage material. And I really love this abstract shape that this made, right? So this can become, right, part of a collage. And I can save all this art material for my collages. I can add the transfers. So then I have like the positive and negative, right? The original and the copy. This is the original. I don't know if I even got her face. But like, this is a fun, what does this remind you of? What's this shape remind? Does anybody see what shape this is?
Is it a girl's dress?
Yeah, it's a girl's dress with a circle on top, but what does this remind you of?
A moon, a earth, dark?
Yeah, also a keyhole. You guys see,
Oh.
it's like a keyhole, the circle with like, right? When you put a key into a lock, it reminds me of a keyhole. The shape,
Oh,
maybe from the back, does that look more like a keyhole?
oh, yeah, from the back, yeah.
Yeah, but I see a lot of things in shape, so this might be a good thing, like if I made a door, right? If I made a door and I put this on there, that could be a keyhole, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kind of an interesting reference to home. Do you guys want me to do the transfer one more time, or you want me to do something else?
Something else.
Okay, so the something else I was gonna do was stampers. We did a couple of them last week. Does anybody have any of these?
Yes.
Okay, and what else you could use is old credit cards. If anybody has old credit cards with numbers on them, right? So let's try those. And again, like I'm looking for stuff in my house that everybody kind of has, like household stuff. Old credit cards, stampers. I also have like napkin holders. Does anybody have napkin holders? Circles, right? So these are just some little household objects that I have. I also have a film canister, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use these to print in my jelly plate. So I can use any color. I'm gonna use a lighter color. Actually, I'm just gonna use this like light blue. I didn't take all the tops off. Did anybody take all the tops off of their paints? It takes a little bit of while.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta like sit there and open up all the paint. All right, so that's a lot of paint that just came out. So I'm gonna make a nice coating on my jelly plate. And again, it's really easy just to get too much paint on here, right? So I talked about that last week, as I talked about what to do with the extra paint on your brayer, right? So you could go ahead and add it to any of these other pieces that you've been working on as collage pieces. But the brayer really moves the paint around nicely, I think. All right. So I'm gonna do a little bit of doodling, right? I'm gonna press this credit card in here and make it, oh, that looks so cool. Do you guys see? I pressed the card in here with the numbers on it. My God, this is great. This is totally speaks to, you know, trying to have your finances together, make enough money. Oh my God, the numbers are great. Credit card in there. Then I have the napkin holders, right? I can do circles, right? So I'm just creating this, and then I have my little stamper. These are just items that I found around my house that I can put onto my jelly plate, right? That represent me, right? My life at home, my family life, right? These are just things I found around. So did you see, here's my 2 plates, right? Credit cards, napkin holders, stampers. And then I can put this on top of another design that I already did. So this is really personalizing your collage material, right? That's what we're focusing on right now. Personalizing your collage material. Look how cool. If anybody has any old license plates, right? License plates are beautiful for jelly plate printing, right? And anything else that has any type of embossing. Here's a credit card thing. And again, layering these prints up, right? So if you made a mistake and you didn't get a transfer, that might be like the perfect background for a credit card, right? Oh, I love this. There's my credit card. You guys see?
Uh-huh.
Those are my credit cards. That's my napkin holder. Can anybody think of any other objects that they found around the house that they could put on their jelly plate?
Can you use coins?
Absolutely. Yes. Coins. Great idea. Yes. Let's try it. What else? Anything else people can think of? I just thought of credit cards, napkin holders, stampers. I love the circles though. Really love the circles. I love the credit cards too. Coins. Yeah, let's try coins. What else do you guys have? I mean, just any, what about a comb? Like here's a comb. Look, here's an antique comb. So what's gonna happen if I put a comb on there? What kind of lines am I gonna get? What kind of lines am I gonna get if I put a comb on there?
Maybe some straight wavy lines or something.
Well, it depends. Here, I'm gonna do an orange. I can make another color, right? I really want you guys to look around your houses and put your personal objects on your jelly plates, right? All right, so here's the orange. Pick colors that you like. Maybe you're gonna paint the colors that you have in your house, right? Maybe you have special colors. Here's the comb, right? So I'm just gonna take the comb and I'm gonna wiggle it. Oh, that looks amazing. Oh, that looks so cool. All right, ready? I'm gonna print this. The comb looks awesome. And again, like it can go on a print you already made. How many times do we brush our hair a day? I mean, seriously, like it's such a big part of our lives, right? Combing our hair, combing the kids' hair, right? Something we do every day. The comb looks beautiful. Oh, look how cool. You see the combing line? It looks
Yeah.
so cool. And I like the orange on there. Let's see, I'm gonna put it on something else. And you could recomb. Did you try the money yet?
I got the straight, when I did the comb, I got a really funny image.
You got a really fun, it looks like a fingerprint. This comb looks like a fingerprint, doesn't it? It's so cool. It reminds me of fingerprint. I want to try the money though. Let me go find some money. I want to try the money. You know what else you could try, which is kind of funny, but you could probably try your surgical. I wonder what your surgical COVID mask would look like.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so credit cards. I'm looking for some money. Of course, I don't have any money. Spools of thread. what about your jewelry? What about jewelry? You think you could do jewelry?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna go get some money. I know where there's some money. Hold on. All right, I got money. Ready? I got money. Here we go. I'm gonna do the money in the blue. There we go. Money in the blue. Okay. So I'm gonna lay the money down and pick it up. Oh, I don't know. Wait, maybe just, I'm gonna leave it on here.
Yeah, it don't seem to,
Well, if I
Okay.
take, it doesn't connect. Hold on, I'm trying.
yeah.
It's kind of fun to put it on there. Well, it's gonna, if I leave
Oh,
it,
it's, you know what?
What?
It's sticking, one of the dimes is sticking on the jelly plate and
Uh-huh.
it's making some circles and some of it, I'm getting some of the writing on it.
oh, that's great. So look, I just did the tissue. So use the tissue paper, right? Because the tissue paper is gonna go closest to the money, right? Right around it. So here I'm gonna do, I love the idea of the money though. I like the credit card idea, but I like the money idea too. All right, so that's cool. All right, so here's the polka dots, right? So that looks amazing. And then I'm gonna see if I got any of the imprints. I'm gonna take the money off. Oh, it looks like it's gonna, because I pressed it on there. Oh, I got the money. Hold on, hold on.
I don't know how it's gonna print on this paper though.
I'm gonna put it on a dark background. Remember the rules of contrast, okay? It's very important that you're contrasting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool.
You get one? All right. Wait, hold
Look at
on.
that.
Wait, let me see. Oh, look, I got it. That looks beautiful. You guys see it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the money. Oh, definitely do the money. I love the money idea. Great idea. Great idea. Oh, I love this one. All right. Does anybody have one that they'd like to share? Because we're almost at the end of class. Let me see. I'm gonna put
Yes.
everybody on regular view. Oh, I love the money. Oh, that's gorgeous. Wow, I love that. Did anybody else get one done? That is beautiful.
Definitely fun.
I know the jelly plate is super fun. It's like one of my favorite things. The transfers are challenging because it's the two-step process and you have to have the right magazine. It just really doesn't work with every magazine. But based on the idea of home, we included napkin holders, credit cards, old credit cards, right? I'm never going to be able to use this one again. Old credit
You
cards.
know what, I used some of the, when I went on some trips out of the country,
Uh-huh.
they give you ticket stubs for going into certain places.
Oh, right. That's a great
I
idea.
kept a lot of those and those I'm going to use.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's great. That's really good. Yep. And we talked about maybe printing on household paper, right? So we get a lot of paper that comes to us in the mail, right? We get junk paper, we get
Yep.
bills, we get advertisements. So you could always try to think about, painting over some of those materials because those definitely come to our house, right? We're kind of bombarded by a lot of printed material.
Yeah, and they go in the trash most of the time.
Right, but you could create a bin and start using that trash for these collages, right?
Mhm.
All right, so
Show.
next week is, wait, what is next? I just need to look at the calendar next second. I'm like losing track of February. Next week is the 28th. And I think what we'll talk about next week is some collage shapes, like maybe we want to start actually working on some point perspective. Like we need to figure out if we're creating an actual house with our collages. So we can talk about collage shapes and some more layering techniques, okay?
Mhm.
Also
Oh.
figures. If anybody wants to use family photos, but doesn't want to, can you guys get Xerox copies of your family photos?
Mhm.
Okay, so if you want to use family photos in your collages, I recommend that you get like Xerox copies of them. Oh, do you want to share something? Let me see.
Yeah.
Hold on, somebody's got something they want to share. Hello.
Hello, I'm Betty.
Hi, Betty. What did you want to share?
I finished 2
Let me
and I want
see.
okay.
Oh,
Can you
I
see?
love it.
Oh, that's a Picasso.
Oh, cats. I like your cats.
Oh my God, I love the cats. Is that a cat playing saxophone?
Yeah, they play
Wow.
instruments.
Wow, I
That's
love it.
gorgeous.
Wow, I love it.
Thank you. Now I have another one.
Very nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Beautiful.
Other one. Sisters. Sisters.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
Oh,
gorgeous.
I like that, Betty.
Yeah, I like that too.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome. Really
Thank
nice.
you.
Super. Super duper. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to share? Okay. So
Beautiful.
next, yeah, anybody else? Sue Ann, Diane?
Yep,
What
I'm good.
could I
Lynette?
add
Okay,
to
wait,
this?
Lynette.
Oh, I like it.
Oh,
Beautiful.
pretty.
What
Did you,
is it?
wow, you did that with the jelly plate.
Yes,
Wow, that's beautiful. You drew the bug.
yes.
That's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Beautiful, beautiful. Are you gonna collage it into something else?
I don't know
Maybe.
what to do. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes.
That's okay. You can
I'll
just
think, I'll
that's
think
fine.
about it.
Maybe is a good answer for now. That's perfect. Maybe, baby. All right, ladies. Well, I'm gonna take off and then clean up my mess here in my living room, and I will see everybody next week at 2:30. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
All right.
ladies. Good job today. Excellent. All
See
right.
you
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.